What is up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Nigel, it's a new year, bro.
That it is, Slop. That it is.
It's crazy. I won't lie to you. I woke up this morning. I went a little hard last night, not too hard, but harder than normal. I think it was just because I'm normally not like drinking beers at midnight. I think that
Yeah.
was the difference. I didn't drink like more beers. I just drank beers like later. You
Well,
know what I mean?
that's already a great start to 2024. You woke up this morning.
Yeah, no, it was huge. It was
Yeah,
huge. When I
big
woke up, I was
start.
like, wow. I looked over, my phone wasn't on the charger, and I was like, wow, that never happens. I was like, all right, so I'm gonna get to find my phone. And then once I do that, I'm going to eat something, drink some coffee, and then it hit me, holy shit, it's college football playoff day. That just and it changed my whole like outlook on the day. Like I cannot wait to just go to the couch and just watch probably 8 hours of football, just because they string these games out so much.
Oh yeah, they
They
take
seem to
forever.
take forever. But bro, like I'm pretty fired up. I'm not even a college football guy. You know what I mean? Like I watch it. Don't get me wrong. I'm aware of it. I'm just saying like once it gets to I don't know. Like I just don't get that fired up. But these games are the best they have to offer.
You know
I
what
don't
it
know
is?
how.
It's like the first 2 days or 4 days of the tournament with college basketball. I'm not a big college basketball guy, but those are amazing days. You just know it's
Yeah,
gonna be awesome.
100%. It's just yes, it's fun to watch. I'm kind of down on the bowl season because of how no one cares, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. And it's just like, man, like bowl games are pretty much over as we know them. They will never, ever, ever be the same. You remember when I don't know, you're kind of close to my age, but when we were kids, like January 1st, they all played. Like
I
all the good
know.
teams played.
Yeah.
Meaningless bowl games, but
Yeah.
they did.
And it would end with the Rose Bowl, right? At night, or
Yeah.
night in the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't totally remember all that. I just remember they were all on, and it was cool. I wasn't on to bet on them yet, but anyways, this what you're looking at, the positive EV tool from OddsJam. It is by far the best pricing tool, literally there ever is or ever will be. I'm sorry, it's just it's too good. It's how I found everything for today. I'll tell you the plays I put out on Twitter, Alabama team total over 21 and a half. That feels free. I know some of the 21 and a half guys are going to get mad because it's 21 and a half and not 21, but dude, with today's football with 2-point conversions, going for it, kicking field goals, not kicking, you know what I mean? Like 21 is a key number, don't get me wrong, but you could see a 23 easily. So I think we're good. I think they score 4 times anyway, so I don't really care. But yeah. Brian Starr, I am definitely not averaging 50 bets a day. Maybe you're thinking Alex.
He's thinking, Alex.
He has to be. Yeah, I'm not even over like 5. You can't if you are a 50 bets a day guy, then this is the tool right here that you're looking at, the OddsJam tool, because what you could do right now, if I was a 50 bet a day guy, the first two I'd be in on right now. This is just for college football tonight. So first quarter money line at Fanatics, Washington plus 125. I mean, everybody else has that plus 112, plus 115s, plus 110s, plus 105. And for whatever reason, ESPN Bet and Fanatics are hanging out with their noses open at plus 125. The Alabama minus 3.5. If you like the alt lines, you could go ahead and grab that at plus 180. DraftKings is kind of near there. Same with FanDuel, but you can see Caesars at plus 143 is way off of that. Bet Online is a pretty sharp offshore. They're at plus 140. So the idea that you're getting plus 180 feels kind of ridiculous on that alt line. I'll grab the other filter. So what I have right now filtered is just NCAA football, just because that's literally all I care about today. I'll tell you that later on tonight, though, I'll start to care about basketball like quite a bit. I'd say probably after the second game starts, the Texas Washington game, because then you're thinking, oh wait, what do we got for after these games are over? Yeah, no, Brian, that was my picks for the year, not the month. The plus EV guys though, like the reason why I'm saying like 50 bets a day is so doable if you're a plus EV guy, because you could just hit this button all day long every day and end up with probably more than 50 bets a day. You wouldn't be limited by the number of bets, you'd be limited by your bankroll. Does that make sense, Nigel?
Yeah, and keep in mind for these college football games, Slop is in a state where you cannot bet college football player props. But if you are in that state, that page will show you those as well.
Yeah, that's brutal too. I'll tell you one thing right now, right after this stream, I'm probably driving to New Hampshire, where it's live free or die. And they only have DraftKings there, but they do let you bet player props. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure I did that last year. It's been a while. Ever since I don't even remember what it's like driving New Hampshire. Like we were doing that for a while. Like you had to drive to New Hampshire. What's up, Taylor? How you doing, bro? Taylor, you're an OddsJam like power user. How many bets would you say a day that you make with OddsJam? Yeah, Taylor's not a joke, man. That dude is all over OddsJam.
Hey, Slop, do you think Jeff survived last night? I don't see him in here. A few of the usuals
No,
didn't make it. I don't think they made it last night. That's the problem.
no, he's alive still, I'm sure. Yeah, Mikey P, I would agree with that. Like I get questions all the time, right? And about OddsJam. Everybody that I talk to has made it their own. Like they use it in a different way. They all like you just said, you do 10-minute sessions on NFL Sunday. Yeah, like that's how there's so many different ways. So like that's how I kind of do it just throughout the day. I'm just jumping on there, hitting the button, see what's what, see what's still there, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But like everybody I know does it different. And that's a day, Taylor? Jesus, 130 to 150 per day. I mean, that's a lot. But I mean, that's kind of the premise of the whole idea. Wouldn't you say, Nigel?
Yeah, and I don't know where Taylor lives, but if you live in a state like mine where we have way more books than like where you are, Slop, or like Colorado, similarly, you can do that easily. When you have like 15
Okay.
to 20 books, there's so many bets.
It's almost too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, look here. Okay, 25 to Jesus Christ, Mike. That's still a lot too. Like, all right, so you guys are going. I'm looking at I cap games still, like I'm a dinosaur like that. But I don't know, it feels like a Sudoku puzzle every day, like the board. You kind of try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, like what you think's gonna happen. But I mean, I use OddsJam in a different way than a lot of people. I use the screen more, but I use the positive EV tool to kind of give me confirmation bias a lot of times too.
I think the best way to explain it, the less you know, the more you should bet.
Oh yeah, just go to the positive. You don't even need to know anything. Just go to the positive EV tool
Yeah.
and just hit refresh over and over and over to load up your card with bets. Like right here, Jalen Milrow. That's the one I would drive to New Hampshire for. Holy shit, Taylor, you sweat them. I was just gonna ask, like, do you sweat all these bets?
That's too much
Because like
stress.
in the beginning, when Massachusetts first got sports betting, I didn't do too. I mean, I guess I did. I was hitting the button kind of a lot, but I was still capping on top of it, so I didn't get that many plays. But college basketball was a sport that I don't really handicap at all. I understand how the numbers work, but I do not handicap it. So I was just throwing in stuff from the EV tool, and I was having a hard time remembering what I had. You know, it was very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the times I've used OddsJam too, you can't like on a football, a Saturday or a Sunday, there's too much.
Yeah, you can't. I can't. I couldn't remember everything I had. I knew I had something a lot of times, but I was, oh man, I don't remember. But that's where Pickett came in handy
Yeah, I'm just
because you could
scrolling through
just,
Pickett. Yeah.
yeah, just go into your bets for that day and bam, now you're all set. All right, and they track it for you too, which is cool.
Yep.
All right. The one I would drive to New Hampshire for right now, it's still there. Jalen, look at the screen. Jalen Milroe, 198.5 at FanDuel. I will not be able to do that because you can't use FanDuel in New Hampshire. But DraftKings, you can, 200.5. The last two actual quarterbacks to play Michigan both went 247 plus. It was Tua's little brother and the kid from Ohio State. They both threw for near, like the kid from Ohio State went like 270, if I remember right. Milroe, not the best quarterback, but he still can throw it. Let's face it, down the stretch, he was not that bad. Like he didn't look as bad as he did at the beginning of the season throwing the ball. Like he's doing fine. I don't think Alabama's going to be able to run on those dudes, Michigan. And I think Saban knows that, though. So I bet you they let him take shots.
What's the line on that game? I have no idea, I'll be honest.
I believe it's 2 still.
2 for Alabama?
No, Michigan's -2. Michigan's -2.5 at FanDuel and BetMGM and Fanatics. Which is another thing. If Alabama gets behind, again, I don't think they're going to be able to run. So, if you can bet player props for that game, I think Milroe's passing yards is way too low. Also, too, you could do Milroe's touchdown passes. I believe was at +130. Hang on.
Real
Plus
quick,
160 at BetMGM.
I was gonna say I am not a huge college football guy. I don't know a lot about it, but the one thing I always go with these bowl games, these big schools, is like I just think Alabama has way better athletes than Michigan, so that's why I kind of like them.
Yeah. I think the game goes over. So, yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here with you, Bobby Big Wheels. I'm a big vibes guy myself. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the EV tool right now, though, yeah, I think Miller could run one in, but again, like I don't know. I don't think they're just going to score twice. I think they're going to score multiple times. I'm serious. I think they can score on Michigan. I don't know. I don't think Michigan played anybody. Ohio State's probably the toughest one. They got 24, but even then, though, they didn't have the offense. I'm having a hard time with Michigan. Okay, your boy over 3.5 threes. Malik Beasley is +170 over 3.5 threes. I would not take that though. That's on the EV page, but the problem is the Pacers. People don't shoot threes on them.
It's a sneaky revenge game. There's some bad feelings between those two.
They go to
They play a baseball series, I think.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. So I'm trying to find something we could throw in real quick besides the Bama team total over. The Texas Washington over 62.5 was on the EV tool. It's +104. Now I believe that's the number everywhere, but that for not that price, it's like -110, which changes the bet completely. First quarter total points 65.5. Wow. Dude, those numbers used to be 50, 51, 52. Did you know that, Nigel?
What was that? Mavs Jazz?
Mavs Jazz.
Jesus.
The total for quarters, I mean,
It's nuts, yeah.
it's not even remotely close to what it used to be. Yeah, Ryan. See what I'm saying, Ryan? Like you're with me then. Exactly. Penn State scored 15, so all Bama needs to do is score one more touchdown better than that. I'm telling you, I think they're going to score. I think that's going to be a game where you see some point because it's the total is like 45.5. Like I think it goes into the 50s. Like that's not crazy to think Bama and Michigan go into the 50s. That's not even that high scoring of a game. But I think Bama scores the over 21.5 definitely.
Hey, Slop, real quick, did your guy hit yesterday? I forgot to ask you. Your ladder?
No.
No?
Here's another question I got. Since we're doing $100, couldn't we just piggyback? Like, so day one would be just the guy who won out of the bets that you had because they're all 1-unit plays.
Oh
They're
yeah,
all
yeah, you could do
so.
that.
Do you see what I'm saying? So Waller hit, so let's just ladder off of him.
No reason you can't.
Yeah, and then Jordan Love, the completions last night, that hit. So just ladder off of that. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it to extreme, you could do like the next day you do 3 2-unit plays and then ladder off the winner there.
That could be fun. We could get this day, I think.
You could
No,
also
because
lose a ton of money.
did you see what happened to Stidham? I had 225 plus passing yards, like plus 180 or something like that at DraftKings. Yeah, he got 224.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fun. That's brutal. Just watching that happen. All right. I'm seeing a lot of soccer and shit. Like, what's happening with the button?
Well, because you don't
Again,
have the player props.
yeah, that's true.
Switch your state.
Nah, I don't want to do that, dude. What's that? Oh, January 20. It's just fucking today. Like, what are we doing, guys? All right, so Bama's the move at ESPN Bet. If you can take, I think they could win by 3.5. I would not do the Beasley just because for basketball reasons. Like, I get the prices off of the market. I do not think that he even takes remotely the same amount of threes. Yeah, it is. Mikey P, the New Year's Day is generally, so that's why it's perfect for these football games because it doesn't give us too much to think about. They're all strung out through the whole day, so it keeps us busy the whole day watching that, but not much volume. You guys want to do Jakob over 2.5 assists plus 130 at BetMGM? I bet you he gets that.
I have no idea, but the price
Yeah,
is awesome.
Jakob wouldn't. Yeah, the price is great. It's plus 110 at FanDuel, plus 120 at DraftKings.
Are the new guys playing?
Yeah,
Quickly and Barrett. Yeah,
yeah. I think quickly it's going to turn into something.
me too.
I hope so. There. Jakob over 20.5 points, rebounds, assists. I'm not great with that. All right. Yeah, but so what's happening if you've never seen OddsJam before? Well, all you're doing, you're just hitting refresh, and it's giving you literally, it scans the entire market for prices that are off. I mean, that's literally all it is. Right now for example, FanDuel, over in the Texas A&M Commerce versus TCU. That's at 4 p.m. Oh, it's in 19 minutes. This is probably going to hit. All right, so over 151.5. It's plus 120 at FanDuel. It's 103 at Pinnacle. Even money at MyBookie. Even money at Bovada. Even money at Bodog. Even money at DraftKings. So you can see FanDuel is way, way away from what the market's saying. So if you just took that over blindly at plus 120, like you have a better. I'm sorry, you don't. It's not really necessarily this particular play. It's once you add up all of them. Since you have an edge, like the line should be plus 114, no vig. So with no vig, the line or the price you should be getting is plus 114. You're getting plus 120. If you did that with every single bet you made, you're going to come out on top because you're literally beating the market on every single bet you make. So that's pretty much OddsJam in a nutshell. But that's a great one right there. College basketball is a just ridiculously good basketball totals. I'm sorry, it's a ridiculously good market to be in. As you can see, if you want to just do 148.5, that should be minus 115. FanDuel will let you have it minus 112. I think that game's going over. Pinnacle has that at minus 140. Sharpest book in the world is saying minus 140. FanDuel is saying, hey, you can have it for minus 112. Getting a 1.48% edge right there between the odds or the price given at FanDuel compared to the no vig price. 135 at DraftKings, 135 at Bovada and Bodog. I mean, yeah. So over 148.5 Texas A&M and TCU. If you want to just sweat that out for the rest of the afternoon before the football games come on, that's probably one great way to spend your time. Picture flipping a coin that's weighted and it's going to land on heads more times than it's going to land on tails because it's weighted. It's going to land on tails sometimes, but it's going to land on heads more. So the more you flip it, the more times it'll land on heads. I'm sorry. They're loving Jared Allen. I'm not really feeling that though.
I never remember New Year's Day being an NBA day. I guess I just because you're always watching college football. Like I literally
Yeah,
never remember watching an NBA game on New Year's Day.
I agree with that. I think I was just gonna say I think it's college football day. That's why you just don't even think about it. I hope so, Bobby Big Wheels. Oh, excuse me. All right, so no Durant tonight. He just got ruled out. All right, so pay attention to Pickett and Twitter just in case because there's going to be NBA plays, but they're going to come way later. I'm going to enjoy the first football game. Probably won't hit the phone too much looking for stuff to bet, but I mean, at some point you start to realize at like 8 that you're going to need something to go along with the other football game.
Yeah, we have 4 late games today for NBA, 9 o'clock and later.
Brian Starr, yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars first half money line. What does it say that on here somewhere? It'll pop up. All right, so over in this column to the left, I usually have it marked off, but I'm just so it only shows me 1% edges and above. I don't see Jacksonville. I'm sorry. It must be
You have
towards the
your thing
bottom.
set for today.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. That's true. That's why it doesn't say that. But yeah, so this way you only get the bangers. You know what I mean? And you just keep hanging it. I like Kevin. I would say the over 148.5 minus 112 would be my favorite move in that game. Never seen those two teams play. Only thing I like about it is that you get minus 112 at FanDuel and Pinnacle wants minus 140. Pinnacle lets guys bet whatever they want to bet, right? Like their limits are sky high. So they get access to, sharp action, like real sharp action, like groups. So whenever they're saying minus 140, I just kind of trust that they've got a reason to be charging that much. So if another book's like out of whack, like FanDuel is right here, minus 112, they're getting a bunch of jabronis that are betting $20 on games. Plus it's Texas A&M, Commerce, and TCU. Not a huge game. I don't know. I just would go with that over there. I think that FanDuel's probably off on that. I mean, think about laying minus 140 on something. Like that would be ridiculous. Also, a rule of thumb too: if you beat Pinnacle, if you just always beat Pinnacle, you're probably going to be profitable. Like that's a fact. I think there are people that bet like that, Nigel. To be honest with you,
Just to go try to beat Pinnacle's closing line.
yeah, just try and beat Pinnacle's line. Period. Whenever they're betting something, like I've heard of that before. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's a
Like
good
that's
strategy.
yeah, it's a rule of thumb, just like a very simple rule of thumb. Like if you don't have access to a lot of tools and blah 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 blah, like just beat Pinnacle's line.
Well, in the way the OddsJam algorithm works, you're rarely, if ever, I don't think I have ever seen one on there where Pinnacle's giving you a worse line than what it's offering you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with that. Yeah,
Because they weight Pinnacles, these no vig odds calculation, they weight certain books. So they don't count, it's not an average of all the books. It's like certain books like Pinnacle are weighted more heavily because they're sharper.
yeah. I would say legit go bet online or Pinnacle. If you're beating both of them, you're probably doing okay. The other issue with these with the college basketball totals though is you'll look at where these things opened and then you'll see where they're at now and it's like cool, we might be getting the best price right now, but like there's some dude out there probably with this game that probably got over 145. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let me see what the total on that game is 147 and a half. So yeah, FanDuel's just behind. People are saying 150 at other spots. Yeah, that's not that. That line has not gotten beaten bad at all. Over 148.5. Wow. Yeah, so in 12 minutes. All right, that's going to do it. I saw Caris LeVert just pop up. Hang on. Assist under 3.5. I would never do an under, but plus 122 at FanDuel when other places are at like minus 108. Pinnacle. I mean, that feels good. So there is that. All right, but that's going to do it for me. Nigel, I think we need to watch playoff football. We'll hit the ground running tomorrow for the new year with it's probably just going to be all NBA. Live stream's going to be at 4 o'clock. I'll see you guys then.
Good luck, everybody.